What's up, everybody? Welcome to Don't Give Up with Jacob. Today, I have a special guest joining me on my show. Not only that, but he also loves working with neurodivergent kids, teens, and adults to help them find their voice and their way, and numerous other things that they've been going through with life. So it is my pleasure to welcome to my show, Mike Kogan.
Thank you so much, Jacob. Such a privilege and pleasure to be here. Really appreciate you having me.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate having you on my show as well. I got a lot to ask you about your life. Sounds good?
Absolutely. Looking forward.
All right. So, first off, I want you to give a little introduction about yourself and introduce yourself to my audience and describe and explain what inspired you to be doing this type of work for your everyday life.
Yes, thank you. So I am, as you said, Mike Kogan. I am a mental health counselor, a psychologist slash therapist over in New Jersey. I work with not only neurodivergent adults and children, but I work with people all sorts of walks of life, all sorts of issues that they may be dealing with, mental health, developmental, behavioral, all sorts of stuff, from anxiety to PTSD to anything you can imagine. I enjoy my work with veterans specifically because I think that's the group that we owe so much to, and I want to work with them. But as you said, I work with all sorts of people, and to me, I'll tell you, nothing is more rewarding. And to answer your question, what got me into this line of work is exactly that. Seeing that it's possible to make a difference, and I've noticed across my entire life that this is something I really truly enjoyed doing. And so over time, I gradually kind of transitioned to doing this entirely all day long, full time. And because I feel like when you do what you love to do, then it's like a fulfilling life, to say the least. It's like something you should be doing. You feel like you're in the right place. And but helping others, and when others tell me that I managed to change their life for the better one way or another, somehow, even just a little bit, that's like the most amazing feeling that I've ever had. And that's what gets me going.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And it's also good that you're choosing the right path and deciding and choosing if this is what you really want to do. And I definitely think it is because it's good for everybody to choose the right path to take, which can help them learn more about what it is that they want to do and can help them practice and improve their skills so they can get better at what they really want to truly accomplish and do for an everyday living. And I'm glad that's what you're doing for an everyday living.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So let's keep this going. And I'm now going to ask you what is the best part about your career and what's the best part about helping kids, teens, and adults with neurodiversities?
I'll tell you the part I enjoy the most, as I mentioned, is when I see a tangible difference, when I see a tangible change for the better in someone. And it's not always noticeable right away. It's never really that, perceptible right from the get-go. But when you do start to see that change, and when the person himself or herself sees that same difference and feels like, wow, we got something accomplished. I think there's no such thing feeling anywhere else in the world where you can actually make a difference, when you can actually feel like what you are working on is changing something in the world for the better. And it's not just like words that you're saying, you actually get feedback, you get people saying that, and it's like the greatest feeling ever. That's the best part of and I'll tell you, some days are rough, some days are tough in terms of schedule. Some days are, let's say, 11, 12 sessions or more, which are sometimes grueling, sometimes they're quite difficult. And it's like when you do what you love, it's like it goes like 1 hour. It's like a whole day flies through, and that tells me I'm in the right direction in my life. It's in terms of work, and but that's I love that feeling. I'll be honest with you. That's like, but when it comes to working with neurodivergent, and when it comes to working with people on the spectrum. Oh my God, that's probably one of the, to me, that and the veterans are probably two of the most interesting and the most rewarding groups because they need help. But what's interesting about both those groups, they need to almost believe in their own ability to not listen to the limitations, but just like overcome their own limitations. But that's like to me that's so powerful. And when I'm able to be part of it, when I'm able to be part of that journey for each person, that's immeasurable. I love it so much I cannot even explain. It's like an addiction in a way. You know, I can't wait. Sometimes I look forward to most difficult days. I'm like, okay, let's go. I love it. Seriously, it's hard to explain. People sometimes don't believe me. I'm like, no. You know, sometimes people ask me, hey, what do you do for your own mental health? Like, what do you do for your own balance? I'm like, I don't know, nothing. I just have another session with someone. That's it. Like it kind of centers me because I feel like I'm in the right path, on the right path myself.
Yeah, I'm glad that you are um doing everything you can to challenge yourself because it's good to have a little challenge in life, especially when things get hard for you and things get frustrating, but that's okay because everyone needs a little challenge in life, and a little challenge is what can help us improve our skills and grow our minds and learn more and more about what it is that we need to improve.
Yeah,
And yeah, it's good to have a little challenge and challenge yourself to try something new,
yeah.
especially with a new path.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You agree because that expands your own horizons, right? It makes you a better person. Yeah, absolutely.
You're right. Challenging yourself really does make you a better person because you may have something you want to learn more about and you may not know anything about it or very little of it. But that's okay because we all learn new things now and then. And even if we're not the best at doing whatever it is just yet, we just need to improve our skills so we can get better and better and learn more and more and grow our minds.
Totally, totally, absolutely.
So let's keep this going.
Okay.
And now I'm going to ask you, what are some of the best ways that you can help neurodivergent people, especially teens, adults, and kids? Like, is there certain techniques that you have or things that they should follow?
So I would not call them specific techniques. I try to find out more about each person because to me each person is really really different, and I'm not going to unify everyone under the same, oh, it's neurodivergent or autistic or whatever it is, whatever the general label is. I kind of try to. My biggest thing is to get that person to look beyond the label, look beyond the diagnosis, so to speak. And this, by the way, is not only for neurodivergent, but to me, this is the same formula for a lot of people. I try to say to people, you're not your diagnosis. You are a person with a lot of pluses and some minuses, and it's okay. We're all comprised of those, right? So my biggest technique is to get the person to kind of really totally look inside and say, okay, what is my real potential? Am I really living out the potential? And what is my perceived limitation? Because a lot of times it's just perceived, meaning that someone told me that and I kind of believe that, but almost like society tells me or general, rules of this so-called diagnosis tell me that. So I always dig a little bit deeper into the person and say, hey, you know what, let's look at this. And one thing I always try to do is to say, hey, I'm not even going to mention anything about neurodivergence. I'm not even going to mention anything about limitation stuff. Let's explore the ceiling, so to speak. Like I'm saying, try to look up to the ceiling, try to look up to your potential versus your what may be holding you back. So those things are to me all about exploration and all about kind of like saying, okay, how do we look into your potential ability, potential things you can do, which by the way, like look at what you've accomplished in your career and in your life so far, which is much more to come, obviously. So that's a great example of that, right? If I were to focus with you on, oh, let's discuss this, that, neurodivergent, what are the labels there may be? Well,